Tanzania did something that left many people wondering. That is when they were constructing their new standard gauge railway. They decided to go fully electric from day one instead of going for diesel that is already popular and tested. Diesel is already being used in other modern railway lines in other African countries, for example in Kenya. But Tanzania still decided we want to go for electric propulsion, even though electric railways are more expensive to construct than diesel-powered railways. So the main question now becomes, why go for a more expensive electric rail instead of a more affordable and already tested diesel propulsion option? So to understand that, you need to know that Tanzania was not just building any other railway, but they were building something unique. They were not building just a normal railway line, and they were not building the railway only for the Tanzanians. So Tanzania was building a long-term transport superpower corridor. It was never a normal railway line, but something that was looking for long-term economic benefits that extend beyond 10 years, that extend beyond Tanzanian borders. So that is what I want to talk about in this video. I want to explain to you some of the reasons that made the Tanzanian government, that compelled the Tanzanian government to go fully electric instead of diesel propulsion. And I will also tell you something, because they are already coming back to diesel, but that is for the coming minutes. For now, if you know you are watching the channel for the first time and you still haven't subscribed, kindly do so, and also don't forget to like this video. Now let us get right into the video. So first of all, I want to explain why electric trains are more expensive to construct. First of all, you will need other components. For example, you will need to install overhead power lines that will be supplying the railway line with the power. Apart from that, you need multiple special systems that will be used to control the trains. Then apart from that, you need to put up multiple power substations that will be feeding the trains with the power. So if you put all those in mind, then you will realize that electric trains are so much more expensive to construct than diesel, yet Tanzania still went for the electric. So what are some of the reasons why Tanzania went for the more expensive option? Let us find out. So the number one reason is high top speeds. Electric trains can attain very high top speeds, and the Tanzanian one is not the fastest, but it is much faster than diesel-powered trains. So the Tanzania's electric SGR has a top speed of about 160 kilometers per hour. That is very high as compared to the Kenya's 120 kilometers per hour. So that is the first reason why Tanzania decided to go fully electric. Electric trains can attain much more higher speeds. And for the case of Tanzania, we're talking about 160 kilometers per hour. So that means that goods can move very quickly from the port of Dar es Salaam to Dodoma to Mwanza and even across the borders to the neighboring countries. And in business, if you can save time, then the better, because it means that if more goods can move within a short period of time, then it means that the flow of trade will also become faster, and that results to more profit. So that is something very important that Tanzania had in mind when they were choosing electric over SGR. And remember, we are not talking about just the goods, we are talking about the people as well. Then, apart from high speeds, we also find that electric trains can accelerate and decelerate faster. Acceleration is increasing speed, like when the train is moving from a stop. So acceleration is when it is starting to move again. It is increasing speed, that is acceleration. Then deceleration is reduction in speed. So they can accelerate faster, which means that if a train has taken a stop in Morogoro, to save time, it will not take an electric train to go back to 160 kilometers per hour that it was traveling at before the stop. And it also means that before reaching Morogoro, it takes a short period for the train to slow down and stop at Morogoro, it doesn't have to start slowing down several kilometers before the intended stop. So that is saving a lot of time. Instead of starting to slow down early, we only slow down when we are about to get to our target station. And also, if we are when we are leaving our station, we get back to our maximum speed much quicker as compared to diesel trains. So that is another reason that compel the Tanzanian government to choose electric over diesel propulsion. Then, apart from that, we also have the most important, I think according to me, this is the most important factor why electric trains are much better, and that is the pulling force. They have much higher pulling forces, and when the pulling force is higher, it means that you can carry a lot of load. So these electric trains, they are so much powerful that they are able to carry lots of people, they are able to carry lots of cargo. And as every one of you knows, that one converts into profit that is being made. And in order to understand that, I will use two people who are doing the boda business. One person has a motorbike that can carry only one passenger. The other one has a motorbike that can carry two passengers. It goes without saying that the one that can carry more passengers at a go will make more profit at the end of the day. So that is the same thing here. Electric trains, they have got more pulling power, which means they carry more cargo and load in general at any given time. And that one increases the return on investment. Then, apart from high pulling power, there is something that is also very, very important, especially to the Tanzanian government and the economy at large. And this is nothing other than the reduction on the reliance. There is a reduced reliance on oil, because if you are running a diesel powered train, it means you will have to import the oil. So when you are importing the oil, you are spending the foreign reserve, which will most likely make the local currency to become weak. And apart from depleting the foreign reserve, any changes in the global markets will directly affect the operations of the SGR train. Like currently there has been a conflict, the US, Israel and Iran conflict. Diesel prices have gone high, and that one is definitely affecting diesel powered SGR systems like the one in Kenya, because diesel has to come from outside the country. So that is very, very bad for business, and to avoid that, the Tanzanian government decided to go fully electric right from day one. And very importantly, this is the last one. But before talking about the last one, if you are enjoying this video so far, kindly don't forget giving it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe in case you still haven't subscribed. And also feel free to share with me your thoughts in the comments section. I will really appreciate that. Yeah, so the final reason was to make good use of the excess power being generated at the Julius Nyerere Hydroelectric power plant. This is a massive dam. Just imagine a capacity of 2,115 megawatts that, combined together with what Tanzania used to produce before, doubled the national grid capacity to over 4,000 megawatts. So the excess power needed some good use, and to ensure that the excess power was being put into proper use, then the best way to go was an electric SGR train. So that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share with friends, and also very importantly, if you'd like to know why Tanzania is always finishing most of their mega projects while other countries keep on failing, then don't forget to watch the video that is currently showing on your screen. Guys, bye for now, and see you again in the next video. Thank you very much.